the assassins.
The thing is, I'm not sure I'm confident enough to write it. Are these the assassins? You don't have to read. You don't have to read.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. They're like, they're supposed to say, we're not doing that in the first story. Do you really think that? I mean, I did the same as you. I looked at the CCTV from, places to go vision. You have got
Andrew, Mark, were you trying to call?
It's not one of them like.
Yes, I'd just be careful with fast timings because these things always kind of knock on. So they were saying before, possibly 5-2, possibly 5 pass. It'll be when it is, but the good thing is it's looking as though it will be after Kay's programme, so we will get it right. That's the important thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can confirm it was poisonous cornflakes.
Yeah, exactly. And did I tell you what we won't get is this is ricin, or this is VX67B or something, but we will get a kind of it's an agent, it was a fast acting poison, something like that, which will be enough to go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I hope so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay, but cheers. Bye. James, of course.
You were a cold blue.
I was a long time ago. Yeah, it was because I've been at Sky 18 years. It was 99 maybe, long time ago. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I mean, we were both at the end of the road. The tarpaulin was up. The bus was. That's you. It's a lifetime ago. So that's a good sign.
Is that it? I think James will read that the other way. He'll be like, brilliant, that's what we've done.
Well, no. I think it's going to take 2 or 3 just turn around and leave us. Well, Kay Burley's 100 Women. It's the show of the day.
It's the show of the day.
Kay Burley 100 Women, yeah. So, but she'll be off air at 5 o'clock. So.
Tell us what's going on.
Is it just ridiculous?
There's a lot of theories.
No, come on, talk shit. Tell me some of the theories.
We're linking it with the beast beast.
Never means me saying this is all speculation. No, we haven't until this.
Yeah, exactly.
When was
We
that
have
this
nothing
year?
but spec.
Yeah.
You're a little bit quiet.
Top down.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they're talking to each other, but anyway, listen. I mean, there is an outside, chance of me being able to somehow write an 1800 with a clip being dropped in and filed from Millbank between 5:15 and 5:45. It doesn't sound like a very good plan from anyone's point of view. So, you guys have to work out if that really is your best option.
Okay, I'm just standing in front of the camera. Great, thank you.
That would certainly be more sensible, yeah. Do you want to go and talk to the guys downstairs? Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. Cheers, bye.
Hey, Laura, it's Emma. You okay? Yeah, can you see it?
Daniel Sanford. Hiya. Yes. Well, listen, I'm not sure I'm even going to be able to do anything for you. I mean, people can't send me emails at 4:10, assuming that I can do the 1800 when I'm all tied into other coverage. Alan Reid's coming down to try and work out what the best solution is. But I didn't pick up the email until literally when I replied to you there. And that is literally the first I'd heard of anything to do with 1800. So, yeah, well, listen. It's got to come through our guys, and Alan Reid will come down. There might be another solution, but I mean, if it turns out to be me the solution, it's going to be me. I can't not do what I'm doing here now. So it's going to mean me leaving Scotland Yard maybe 5:15, 5:20, going to Millbank, and writing a piece in half an hour, and dropping stuff in. Well, Alan will come down and talk to you guys and make a plan with you. If that's what we're going to have to do, that's what we'll have to do. But it isn't ideal. And Alan Reid is going to appear and hopefully in some minutes and talk to you guys about and work out what the best solution is. But I'm completely tied into coverage for other people at the moment.
Out of our shot, Daniel.
Yes, you may be hoping that.
Cheers,
I'm
buddy.
not sure that physically it's possible. I'm nowhere near a place that I can broadcast the radio at the moment. So Alan Reid will come and sort out. Not very well as of 2 minutes ago, where I just picked up an email saying I was doing something to 1800, which nobody had told me. Yeah, but to put you slightly under a bit of pressure, I'm down at Scotland Yard where there are no radio or other broadcast opportunities apart from a live TV, and I'm tied into talking around the Park Roadie Stable, which is going to happen at 5-ish. So very early, if I'm going to get late here at 5 or 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is not probably ideal.
I'll do it and I'll kind of slip out.
Yeah, listen, first I heard was on group WhatsApp about 2025 or something like that, saying, Daniel, I'm sending my 1800. Why is somebody doing that? When did I do that? I saw the little email saying, no, but nobody was doing it. I was on air. I'm not sure I can, but obviously anything's always possible. As long as it's not past 5, like what I can, and get a car by 42 or something. These things are always doable. I'm wondering if the job's
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Standing in the coldest street in London, right by the banks of the mighty Thames. Now that I've switched it on, I am here. Someone's talking to me. Hello. Yeah. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Hello.
They said he heard you. Yeah, he heard you.
Oh, good. You're good. I'm hearing Kay Burley's programme. Yeah. Okay.
I'm also doing a live at the 6th. It's like Simon Ford, probably the first thing I saw was Tom on the WhatsApp group. I said, Daniel, I'm sending my 1800 to become I went into my email and I saw an email from Anna, 800, saying we're doing this. And then I looked back a little bit, there was an email from Simon Ford. And all I ever got was emails. And I've been... But listen, I'm now doing the live for the 6th as well. I really have yes, I can't. Yeah. But I've just had a text from him saying we're doing the live for the 6th, which does make a difference. All right.
I don't know whether it's
of course,
fault of the clean feed coming.
It's brain. Okay, bye.
It's kind of going and coming. No, it's not the volume or anything. It's just I don't know whether the signal is breaking out or. No, it's fine. Don't worry. Let's just leave it as it is.
Until these come up, it's like,
Do you hear it kind of going? Is it perfect for you? Oh.
Yes, okay. Yes, go on. Hi, Simeon. No, obviously. Yes. And that was what the friend who works there was saying, that somebody who had worked there was Russian has disappeared, basically.
Yeah, it seems to be when I do this.
Wow. Yeah, understood.
I think
Understood.
it's
But
me.
certainly it's not people who just that have eaten there sometimes have said that. It's actually that somebody who works there has second hand said that Russian members are disappeared. That's how we bottom that out, I don't know, but that is absolutely amazing. If anyone ever hears the name
Sorry,
of this stuff,
20 past 1.
that's the key.
Oh, okay. No. The Whitehead. Sally Davis.
And that's not somebody that's
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you.
That's also very interesting to people in town about.
Professor Dames also alongside DAVIES. So, the governor's chief medical officer is cabinet post.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's some stuff that goes back about 3 minutes past 4, 5 minutes past 4, something like that. We think they might have been on the bench from that time, but we're not absolutely sure. So somebody had a definite timing.
Okay, cool. And they're going to be doing a live at the top of the 5. He's not coming out until 20 past. Yeah.
I've changed the meeting this IFB because I don't want that coming out. So that's just redundant.
Okay, Paul, I'll just give me a second. I just need to.
20 past.
We think so, yeah.
Oh, deep joy.
Just allow you to get a little more hypothermic. Daniel, for information, Dame Sally Davis, your chief medical officer. Was it the Russians, Mr. Brody? Was it Vladimir? Davies. No. Chief Medical Officer. Right, I better stand in front of the camera. Oh, they are they? Would you click it under that? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Cheers. I take it, are we off air? Is that why I can't?
Is it alright now? Yeah, it's fine. It's not zero. He's got the. Are you hearing me alright?
Got you.
One, two, three, four, five.
Sorry, I will get out of your way.
You've heard 5:20 as well, have you?
20 past, yeah. They've done the live.
One more shot.
Two? I don't think so. Yeah. I wish they'd come round with a hot coffee.
Does this sun never come round then? Keep thinking right here, there.
Mike, it's Mark. For your information, it's not 100% confirmed and not for... Oh, sorry, got to go, I'm on live. Cheers. I'll call you back. Yeah, well, it's just been knocked back, as these things often are, by another 15 minutes or so. So we're expecting the senior officer in charge of this investigation, Assistant Commissioner Mark Rowley, out here on the steps of Scotland Yard to give us an update on the substance involved, after you heard there from the Home Secretary Amber Rudd confirming that they would give more details on that substance. Now, exactly what it is, I'm told that we're not exactly going to learn what that is, but we will get an indication of the type of substance. So, for instance, was it a chemical, nerve agent, or perhaps a fast-acting poison? That we don't know. Hopefully that will be clarified, perhaps with a little bit of an explanation as well as to what that substance could do to an individual and how potentially harmful it is. We know, of course, that Sergei Skripal is critically ill in hospital along with his daughter at the moment, and their condition, we're told, is unchanged at this stage. That will also be vital in identifying this substance in terms of the ongoing investigation and how that will enable the authorities to determine perhaps where it came from. If this is a very rare substance that's being used, it would tend to indicate the chances of it being criminal in nature are less likely, and perhaps point more firmly to a state actor being involved. Again, as I say, it all depends on how well, they've isolated the substance that was used and just how rare that substance might be. In terms of the ongoing investigation, of course, they will have been aided by the fact that, as we understand it, it was not a radioactive substance. So if you think back to 2006 and the poisoning of Alexander Litvinenko with polonium-210, that radioactive substance, it was quite a few days before he was finally admitted to hospital because he became so ill, and a good few days after that before they realised that he had been the subject of an attempt on his life. And of course, at that time, the trail had gone cold, although the authorities were aided by the fact there was a radioactive trail to follow. In this case, there may not be a radioactive trail to follow, but they were onto it a bit quicker, it seems, than they were at the time of Alexander Litvinenko's poisoning. So a lot of unanswered questions, but we're hoping around about 20 past this hour, we should get some questions, some answers to those questions regarding this substance, perhaps even how it was administered. Yes. Yeah. That's right, yeah, but you just keep over us. I'll try and give you some kind of indication as to when that might be, but at the moment we're thinking about 20 past. These things can keep slipping, so stay with us.
We're hoping in about 15 minutes we'll hear from Assistant Commissioner Mark Rowley, the most senior counter-terrorism
Okay, but
in the UK. Counter-terrorism policing now taken over this operation. It'll be the first time that we'll actually be hearing
going down to Salisbury.
sorry.
We're actually live.
Oh, you're live.
One thing that we know is going to be in that is some more information about
Hello, Mark. Yeah, sorry. I was just about to go live there, didn't realise that. So we're expecting that, although not confirmed, that the Chief Medical Officer, Dame Sally Davies, Davies, may also be here to do a little bit of talking, presumably about the Well, yeah, and maybe about the substance as well, maybe if it's, a reassurance message that, unless you were immediately sort of contaminated by that, you're fine type thing. I don't know exactly, because I don't know what the substance is, but yeah, caption, who knows.
Well, clearly, when counter-terrorism
Yeah, not confirmed, and as I say, not for
very, very high degree
not for broadcast at this stage.
being
Okay.
much more detailed.
Cheers. Thank you.
Frankly, just having many more
So, sorry, just to let you know, when Mark Rowley has spoken and he goes back up there, I'll be jumping in front of the camera, but you're okay. Cool.
Live from now to fill air.
Sure.
And then, we'll do the thing and then we'll come back.
No problems.
about there, the kind of response to incidents will be much higher. The amount of equipment that's
After
likely
this,
to be installed now in terms of vehicles that can respond.
I've been told I'm going down to Salisbury
When?
tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah, so as soon as this is over, I'm getting on the train to Salisbury. So I need to take it with me because I'm then going to get in a car from Boston and drive all the way down to Salisbury.
That is in the hospital and why it is that
Scotland Assistant Commissioner of Police says,
I'm not convinced that people feel they've lost too much time over the kind of day and a half or so that it took to fully gear up. But the key to this is what we were talking about in the first question, really. What is this substance? Can they get to the bottom of that? And once they've done that, can they work out how to help the people that are so...
Yes, I am. You hearing me?
And of course, can they work out who it was that administered the substance?
Okay. Right. I need to get a position where I'm not in everybody's. Can I be out of vision? Is that okay? You just bill it as we're waiting for him to come out and do it that way. It's just otherwise I get in everyone's shot.
I'll do it on the lens. If he comes out, I'll move on to him. So
Yeah.
go right away back.
Is
So go.
tell me when I'm creeping into your shot. They just want to come back to me just now. Is that okay here?
Brave, what are we going to do if the press does start? Yes, that's a fairly approximate time, but that is right. Well, let's give it a go, but it's not... exactly. Yeah, let's give it a go, but that's not pushing.
If I do a live and I come out there, if you see them walk out, just shout at me, get me, and I'll just.
I'll just like.
No, just shout. It's fine. Just wave like that. Let's see.
I'll come off you and go on to them if they come out. I'll do that. I'll come off you and go on to them.
Oh yeah, but I need to know he's coming so we can see that because you want to get a shot of them walking down.
Well, we've got the cutaway camera as well, so we've got Sid cutaways. So if they'll probably cut to Sid.
Yeah.
Well, it's not me that's unhappy, it's just that, you know, when they say 20 past, it's about.
Is it okay if I...
Is that?
Sorry?
Can I tie it?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you like going over there?
Hmm?
Walk 2 places, 3 places. I'll come to see you, find you. I'll come back
that-
to you if you want. Go
I think, yeah, but I think you're still in Vision Live. I think they're still.
Hello.
Okay. Are you on? Stay out of vision.
Say again. You'll...
You got that, yeah? Just
I'll give you another 2 minutes.
thank you. I'm just going live Yeah, well, it certainly will give us a bit more clarification in terms of what this substance was. One of the key issues that people will be concerned about, of course, is the potential for other people to have been affected by that. Now, what we've been hearing really over the last day and a bit from Public Health England is that they do not believe there is a risk to the wider community. Having said that, though, on Sunday, those members of the emergency services in particular who had close contact with the two victims, who were treating them on the ground in Salisbury city centre and then at the hospital, a number of them became ill themselves. We know that as late as yesterday, one police officer was still being treated in hospital. So there is clearly a concern about the substance and the potential for it to cause harm to others that could come in contact with it. So perhaps some clarification of actually whether there is any contamination of areas, whether they think it was a very localised threat in terms of was it administered directly onto Sergei Skripal and his daughter and not sort of sprayed in a wider area or wiped in a wider area, or perhaps put into the food chain. We don't know that. That's the kind of questions that we are clearly, as a matter of urgency, trying to get clarified. The authorities know that it's the kind of information that it's important to get out to the public as well, as a matter of reassuring those members of the public who might be concerned, those living and working around the Salisbury area, who might have been in the city centre on Sunday afternoon when these events were unfolding. And that's why you had this appeal again from Scotland Yard, who have now taken over the full investigation because of the unique resources that they have within Counter-Terror Command, putting out that appeal for members of the public who were in and around that area of Salisbury late Sunday afternoon and who might have some information, who might have seen the two victims, who might have seen any suspects. And again, that's a question that we would like answered. The police might not be in a position as yet to tell us whether they are looking for a suspect or suspects in connection with this incident. But if we're talking and we have confirmation within the next few minutes of the substance involved, and if it was, for instance, a chemical, a nerve agent, a quick-acting poison, then that tells you very quickly that this has gone now to a criminal investigation, and that at the very least they're looking for one suspect, maybe more. I was saying a little earlier, the difference between this and the Litvinenko case in 2006 is the passage of time. There was about a day really before the authorities were properly on to this, but that is a lot less than the more than a week after Alexander Litvinenko was poisoned before the authorities really knew what they were dealing with then. So it gives them some opportunity while it's fresh in people's minds, while there's CCTV to be gathered, while there's airports and ports perhaps to be guarded as well, to try to get a handle on this and try to determine who might have been involved. In terms of the substance that was administered here, if it is a quick-acting agent that we believe it is, whether it was chemical or a quick-acting poison, we don't know at this stage. It was an interesting point there made by Thomas Moore that it's unlikely to be biological because of the fact that both these victims were incapacitated, it seems, very rapidly and at the same time. And a biological agent within a body, well, just depending on someone's, system, it can take a different time to act on someone than it might on another. A chemical agent, though applied at the same time, would probably incapacitate the individuals at the same time. That's one of the reasons, of course, we were able yesterday to exclude a radioactive substance from the substances that were being examined by those weapons inspectors at Portendown, not too far from Salisbury, because, again, that isn't a quick-acting substance. It can take some time before the effects to take their toll, And of course, as we saw with Alexander Litvinenko, he became really quite ill that same day, but he wasn't so incapacitated that he required hospital treatment until about 4 days after he was poisoned. So again, it all really hinges on the information that we're going to get from the head of Counter-Terror Command on what this substance was that will enable their investigation to go forward and allow us as well to get a clear idea of what we're dealing with. Sorry, James. 5:25 now, yeah. Thanks for that. In true Sky style, they were just coming to me as. And is it confirmed with Sally Davies now? Yeah. Do you know if is she like? Is it like just a message of reassurance in terms of there's no wider threat? Yeah. No. Yeah, but I mean, can she talk about what in terms of what the substance would do to an individual? No. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, within the next few minutes, we're told you'll be out. Cheers, bud. Thank you. What? Sky, if you're hearing me, that's the 1 minute warning. Sky, if you're hearing me, that's the 1 minute warning. when they're walking down, just keep my mic up for a second. 1 minute warning, because I'm going to say the fact that Dame Sally Davis is there as well. Okay. Here he comes. Come to us, Sky.
Good evening. My name is Mark Rowley. I'm an Assistant Commissioner in the Metropolitan Police, and I lead for the police service on counter-terrorism and other national security matters. I'm here with Dame Sally Davis, who's Chief Medical Officer. I'm going to read a short statement, followed by Dame Sally, then we'll take 2 or 3 questions. So I'm here to update you on our evolving investigation into the incident where a man and woman were taken seriously ill in Salisbury on Sunday. In summary, this is being treated as a major incident involving attempted murder by administration of a nerve agent. As you know, these 2 people remain critically ill in hospital. Sadly, in addition, a police officer who was one of the first to attend the scene and respond to the incident is now also in a serious condition in hospital. Wiltshire Police are, of course, providing every support to his family. So whilst we're now in a position to confirm that their symptoms are as a result of exposure to a nerve agent, I will not be providing further information at this stage about the exact substance that has been identified. We are working closely, though, with a range of specialists and scientists, including Public Health England. Of course, public safety remains our joint priority, and this is clearly an awful incident. And I know that local people will be concerned, but I would stress that at the moment we are not seeing any evidence of a widespread health risk. Dame Sally will update you further on health advice in a moment. So having established that a nerve agent is the cause of the symptoms, leading us to treat this as attempted murder, I can also confirm that we believe the 2 people originally who became unwell were targeted specifically. Our role now, of course, is to establish who is behind this and why they carried out this act. To that end, we have hundreds of detectives, forensic specialists, analysts and intelligence officers working together around the clock on the case. For example, examining hundreds of hours of CCTV and building a detailed timeline of events. Specialist officers in protective clothing will continue to be visible in the centre of Salisbury as they go around about their work. It's a sensible precaution and hopefully will not alarm the local community. We do have well-practiced procedures for dealing with chemical incidents. I'm sure you'll understand that we need to be both painstaking and thorough in order to protect public safety and to secure the maximum amount of forensic evidence. Indeed, the work in Salisbury may take several days. We have already asked for the public's help, and thank you to those who have provided information so far. Today I'm reiterating that we're asking for anyone who hasn't spoken to us yet to get in touch. That's anyone who visited Salisbury Town Centre or the surrounding areas on Sunday afternoon. This particularly includes anyone who visited the area close to the Maltings shopping centre where the 2 people were taken ill. In particular, anyone who visited ZZ Restaurant on Castle Street or the Bishop's Mill pub in the Maltings between 1 and 4 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. Furthermore, any members of the public who have images or footage that could assist the investigation should send them to our dedicated appeal website, www.ukpoliceimageappeal.co.uk. We will continue to work with a range of agencies and Wiltshire Police to progress this investigation as fast as we possibly can. And we will, of course, keep you updated. As I say, I'm happy to take a couple of questions after Dame Sally's update, but just to be clear, I won't be able to expand on the investigative facts I've given you so far.
Thank you, Assistant Commissioner. So, as your Chief Medical Officer, my message to the public is that this event poses a low risk to us, the public, on the evidence we have. Our emergency services responded fantastically, for which I want to thank them. And Public Health England have been in contact with all of them and other people in the area about their personal health. All the sites that the patients were known to have visited have been secured, so the public are protected. So my thanks to the superb staff of Salisbury District Hospital, and I particularly want to reiterate that at this time, with the evidence we have, this is a low risk to the public. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll take 3 quick questions.
Daniel Sanford to the BBC. You say that you're not going to give any more details about the nerve agent involved, but do you yourselves know what nerve agent it was? Have you worked out what it was, or are you still unclear what kind of nerve agent it was?
I've been very clear. We've identified a nerve agent that's helping our investigation, but I'm not going to give any further detail at this stage.
Assistant Commissioner Mark White at Sky News. Do you know at all at this stage how this nerve agent might have been administered?
I've given you all the investigative detail that I'm prepared to, and as I said, I can't answer further questions at this stage on that point.
You put out an appeal for more information, possible pictures taken by people in that area. Can you tell us, the couple that were seen going through that alleyway on Sunday afternoon, are they of interest to the investigation?
So I'm not going to give specifics on individual sightings, but what we are interested in, people out taking photos or seeing things, any information anybody's got could be vital for the investigation, because as you'll understand, we're trying to piece together a detailed timeline in terms of the 2 victims who are in hospital at the moment, very seriously ill, on their movements, so we can work out where they've been, who they've had contact with, and build a full picture for our case. Thank you very much for your questions. Good afternoon.